Hi, this is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are speaking about the fact that your title does not make you a leader, but there are other aspects that make you a leader. And that's the aspects that I want to speak about. That is not only your title, but the other aspects that we're speaking about. The first thing today that I want to speak about as an aspect that will make you a leader is your empathy, ability to have empathy towards other people. Now, I want you to understand that leadership, as I've said, is about people. Now, your people leader, as a young man, the empathy that you show towards your people or the people around you, the people that you are leading, is going to be very key to make you a great leader. And you'll realize that people are going through problems. I'm talking about the very same people that you are leading, the very same people that are in your team. They're having issues. They're going through difficult spaces as well, and so on. They're having loss of loved ones. They are having financial problems, and they are having problems with their kids and trying to manage them as well. And as a leader, I want you to understand the situations that people are going through. You are not excluded, of course, and I think the situations that you're going through as a young man and as a leader, you learn from those, because then that makes you to contextualize what people are going through. It makes you to understand the situations of others. Now, when we speak about empathy, we're speaking about exactly that. Ability to put yourself in the shoes of others. Being able to understand what they're going through, even when you are not going through yourself. Ability to actually align your emotions to what people are going through. And I'm saying this because I know that as a leader, when somebody's lost a loved one, they are grieving, of course. They are feeling pain within them. It is very important to understand where they are and the situation that they are, because I know there are many leaders that will say, why are you crying? Because so-and-so has actually lost a mother as well, and they never cried. So leaders that are comparing people with other people, leaders that are comparing emotions of others to others, is people that don't have empathy. Because empathy doesn't compare other people's emotions to others. Empathy doesn't compare other people's emotions to your own emotions as well. Because you don't say, because you've lost a loved one like this, I personally don't cry when I've lost a loved one, and therefore why do you cry? You have to understand that there are people that will cry when they've lost their loved ones, and they're justified as well to do so. Now, empathetic somebody would understand people from their standpoint. Empathetic somebody will understand people from where they are and understand that they are feeling what they are feeling. And it's therefore very important for us to understand they are feeling, and therefore don't undermine what they feel, so that we can be able to articulate a serious comfort approach there, and also the empathy that they need. We cannot be leaders and not be empathetic. And I want to emphasize that your title doesn't just display that. And most of the time we've seen people that are having titles, and they want to use their titles in situations, but they're not empathetic enough. And I want to emphasize that you need to have empathy as a leader. And that make and differentiate you from any breed of leadership. Many other leaders are actually differentiated by empathy, the level of empathy that they have. Now, as a young man, I want to emphasize that empathy becomes very key, because when you have been empathetic to people, they remember you very well. And they actually bond with you as a leader. And they are able to make a decision that they want to follow you every step of the way. Leaders that are empathetic, they have been loved by their own followers. They are appreciated by their own followers, and they are actually being followed more closely by their own followers, because their followers know that this leader cares about me based on the empathy that they show towards me. Now, as a young man leading other people, let empathy be part of you, and I want you to practice it if you don't have. Please make sure that when somebody's lost their loved ones, you are there to comfort them. You are there to visit them. You may not be able to say anything, because I know there are people that are not able to comfort other people or to speak words of wisdom when people have lost loved ones, because you have tendency maybe of crying along with them. Please go and cry with them. please go and just sit and listen to them. Maybe just go and sit and look at them in the eyes, and you'll find that your mere presence would have been empathetic enough. Your mere coming to say, I'm coming to see you after you've lost a loved one, becomes very impactful to the lives of the people. And I know, as a young man, this is something that you need to prioritize in your life, to become impactful to the people that you lead. Empathy becomes very important. The other thing that I want to speak about, which is of a great essence as well, that many people don't realize, that it makes you a leader, not your title, but this makes you a leader, is being exemplary. Your example. Now, an exemplary life, I've emphasized it in the past lessons, but I want to emphasize it again. That it is not by what you say that makes the people look at you to say that is a great leader. It's not only that, it's more about what you do. Because when you are teaching people contrary to what you do, or you're acting contrary to your teachings, that doesn't make an impact to lives of people. We have said this in the beginning, that your actions then means a lot, as I spoke about actions in the beginning. So therefore, when we look at somebody being exemplary, we're speaking about somebody who actually understands the dynamics of sociology of people and understanding how people feel and interact amongst each other, and also understanding the fact that when people want to learn and follow, people learn from the example of someone. So when you become an exemplary individual, you must know that you will impact a lot of people much more than what you say, much more than just keeping quiet and doing nothing. And this is very important. So therefore, it must be intentional. Loving people must be intentional. If you have to give, you have to give somebody some offerings or some gifts and so on, you must do it practically, because that makes impact towards the people. If you have to visit people physically to go and see them in hospital, you have to do that, because what that does, it actually sets an example. Now, I also want to emphasize that as a young leader coming up, it is always very important to interrogate your own behavior, to interrogate your own way of doing things, because your own way of doing things may be actually suggesting a different message. It might be communicating a different message to other people. And therefore, be careful, and also make sure that as you are actually a young man who is driving this exemplary life, be conscious of it, so that you know that there are people that are reading on you in everything that they do. And that is why there's a statement that says, to others, our lives are the only Bible that they can read. So in other words, these are only ways of instruction that people can see from your way of doing things, and they can actually follow you as an example. Now, I want you, as a young man, to start developing that attitude of knowing that there are others that are looking up to you. There are people that are looking up to you as a mentor. And a mentor is an exemplary person. You cannot say something and do something else. So as a mentor, then make sure that other people can see an example and follow your footsteps and reach the right destination, because they followed you. I remember in the Bible, there's a man called Paul who says, follow me as I follow Christ. So in other words, he showed his confidence that he is followable. He showed his confidence that he's a good example of people. And how many of us are able to say, follow me? How many of us say, live like me and like I do? How many of us say, behave like I do? Because I'm a true example, and your life shall be better when you behave like me. It's not many of us. And as a young man, I want to emphasize that, be cognizant of that, and conscious every time to say, I want to be the example that I need to be, so that everybody who decides to follow me, they will be better people, not destroyed by what I do. So this is very important, therefore, that we emphasize that, be the example that you need to be as a young man. I want to end up here today, your host, Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum. I hope that you've learned quite a bit out of this, but I want to check out, but before I do that, I want to remind you of our Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum, our Facebook page, Micornus, Phokane. We've posted materials of this kind in the past, so please like those pages, follow us on Facebook, and make sure that you click notification buttons as well. We've got the YouTube the channel as well, and the Young Men Empowerment Forum, our YouTube channel under Micornus Phokane as well. A lot of materials that we've posted in the past, and I hope that you will follow us there. Click notification button after subscribing, and you'll be reminded of any material that we've posted in the past, and God will bless you as you do that. Don't forget our TikTok account as well, which is open for you. We are expanding on our platforms, and I'm sure you'll be aware of that. So please follow us in every single platform where we are, and the good Lord will bless you as you do so. May the good Lord bless you as we speak and check out right now and say cheers for now.